The following program is sponsored by The Greek, Ely's Radio Shack dealer at 570 Altman in downtown Ely, and brought to you as a public service by Georgetown Media in Ely, Nevada. Ely Municipal Utility Board meeting, November 12th, 2020.
Do I have minutes?
Yeah.
I did. Oh, yeah, I got it. Let's see. I think the Municipal Water Board meeting November 12th order. Please follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Chairman O'Leary.
Here.
Member Ross.
Here.
Member Burbidge.
Present.
Member Lilly.
Present.
Councilman Carson.
Here.
City Attorney Manueli.
Here.
Treasurer Trask. And Public Works Supervisor Craycraft.
Here.
That's all, Chairman.
Thank you. Public comment. Comments not exceeding 3 minutes in length will be accepted from the general public in attendance. If any are made, there may be discussion upon those comments. No vote, decision, or action may be taken upon matters raised under this item until formally placed on the agenda. Comments during discussion items will be accepted from the general public as per section 705. George, good morning.
Morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the billing for my property located at 490 High Street has not been corrected to date. That needs to be addressed. I'm getting tired of the harassment. That's nothing more than senior abuse, elder abuse, the abuse in particular. I paid the landfill billing for all the time that I had the property, including the penalties. You have treated others differently, removed their penalties and interest. You have not on mine. I have been diligent in telling you of the discrepancies, yet you continue to misbill me. My most recent bill is for $1,328.05. Yet I pay every month. You need to hire a person with a degree in accounting as required by Ely City Code. You don't have competent people. Period. That's why you have the outstanding balance that you have now. Mr. Chairman, the fire hydrant on the corner of Avenue K and Great Basin was not reinstalled back far enough to allow the proper width of Avenue K. The state highway is contemplating repaving, and let's get things right. City code is not being followed, and it needs to be. Mr. Chairman, on numerous cases I've asked and I've presented a request for public information in regards to former Councilman Joe Gardner having received thousands of dollars from the city of Ely for having encroached on her property with some kind of utility and causing her some kind of harm. Councilman Jim Allworth was the city clerk at the time, and Treasurer Trask may have signed the check. It was approved by the then city council. Again, how much was she paid? $5,000 or $10,000? I need an answer. That's all public record. Mr. Chairman, I'm again reminding you the city has yet to reimburse me for the expenditure that I incurred for clearing a sewer problem at 681 Park, as it was the city's responsibility. Interest of 2% a month is being assessed in addition to the late fee. That amount as of October 21st, 2020 is now $7,464.74. At the utility board held on August 13, 2020, you, Mr. Chairman, instructed City Clerk Jennifer Lee to send me a check. I've not received anything to date. I want to know what the delay is. I'm not playing games. I want my money. City Council voted to pay for an upgraded larger size water line to the tune of $60,000, more or less, for the project extending from Loves to the old charter school. That was the responsibility of the developer, not the city. NRS 268.512 to 268.568 states that the city cannot assist a private business. I pay every month. I want my money back. I cured your problem. If the line had been broken, I was prepared to pay it. I want my money, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, in previous meetings I have reported that numerous RVs, possibly squatters, were setting up throughout the city. How many of them did you bill for landfill, water, or sewer? I was billed by the former city clerk, Jim Allworth, in the past when a renter of mine was visited by a friend in an RV that was parked alongside the property line. If no one was billed, then I want my money back with interest. The city and its staff must stop the blatant discrimination. We need to stop enforcing ordinances selectively under color of law. I've given you numerous pictures of other RVs around the city. This particular one, the Silver State, I've submitted it at least to you folks and 4 or 5 different times to the Fair and Rec Board. Where's the licensing? Where's the fees?
Thank you, George.
Collect the proper fees and give me my money, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Christmas is coming, I need something in my stocking.
I hope it's not cold.
Don't worry about the coal, I can burn it.
Okay. Consent agenda. These items may be approved in one motion of the board as its first action of business under for discussion of possible action items. Approval of the consent agenda approves each of these items. Board members will remove any item from the consent agenda by notifying the board chair. We have a motion to move to approve the consent agenda of 3A-1 minutes of August 27th and October 8th.
I move.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Public comment.
I have a comment, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, George.
The minutes should be in the packet and they weren't presented at this meeting. Now, the October 8th minutes I got are from City Council. Is that what you approved, sir? I'm
We
not sure.
approved the August 27th and October 8th.
Okay, October 8th, copy of us as the City Council.
And did you provide a copy of the utility board?
Yes.
The utility board minutes were emailed out yesterday. City Hall was closed, but I came down to work and got those emails out.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Do you
The
send they were
utility
email
board
items?
minutes were emailed out yesterday.
Email, I don't get email. They should have been in the packet when I picked this up. The same with you folks. Why, you just got the minutes today for crying out loud?
You don't have email, George?
No, I don't.
We all received it via email yesterday.
Wow.
It should be in the packet, sir.
You still have a radio shack or?
I do.
You do? Okay.
I don't have an email for the city though.
Oh. All right, moving on. Board member, Robinson Nevada Mines Company RNMC representative discussion for possible action. Update to utility board on Robinson Nevada development for water mitigation efforts within the city of Ely.
I have an email from the
Frederick,
state. I will not be able to attend tomorrow's utility board meeting. I am by this email providing you an update on old business. Item B1, roof pit development and water mitigation efforts within the city of Ely. Robinson continues to mine from the roof pit complex. Here is a breakdown of freshwater dewatering effort from the pit. About 7,856 gallons permitted is being pumped. RW7P accounted for 1,545 GPM, which is sent to the city of Ely. About 3,201 GPM is going into Gleason Creek. The rest is going to the mill for ore processing. RNMC has completed the terrace well, and RW7P projects and both wells are working. I also did provide groundwater model information and results from North Springs and South Cal Water to you on Thursday, November 5th, 2020. Thanks to Carl and Basin Engineering for all the support in completing the wells project. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, Frederick.
Did I hear you say, Jennifer, that Frederick said both wells are pumping? Or just 7P?
I just got 17.
Yeah, it just says RW7P.
Okay, listen, thank you.
But at the end, he said that RMC completed the terrace well and RW7P projects, both wells are working.
Okay,
Terrace
you must be
and
referring
7P.
to terrace well.
Yes,
and 7P.
yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, public comment. With public comment, we'll move on to new business. Board minutes, member, city clerk, lead discussion of possible action. Recommendation to approve the removal of past due utility fee penalties up to the amount of $895.72 from 310 S Sylvan Avenue, request of property owner, Billy Martin.
This is a similar situation to what we had at the last utilities board meeting. This owner purchased property and the debt was purchased with the property. They paid off the principal. They're asking that the penalty be removed.
Any discussion on this item?
Nope, I move we approve this.
We have a motion on the floor. Second. We have a second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Public comment?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to remind you that I want to be treated the same way when I bought the property at 490 High Street. I paid the balance and the penalties and interest. You're not treating me the same. I want equal protection under the law. You're not being fair.
Thank you, George. Any other public comment? If not, we're going on to city department reports. Board members? Jeremy?
Nothing to report.
Nothing.
Nothing, sir. Ken? I have nothing to report. Councilman Carson?
Nothing.
Nothing. City Public Works Supervisor Mike? So noted. Written report. City Water Operator, written report. City Water Sewer Leadman, written report. City Landfill Leadman, written report. City Clerk?
Just wanted to bring to the board's attention that the matter has been processed at the landfill. We're expecting a check in the amount of $31,845.68 for that matter.
Very good. So noted.
What was the check for?
$31,000 plus.
I understood the dollar amount, but what was it for?
That was for the reclamation of the metal.
The metal. Thank you.
Yes. City Attorney?
Nothing.
Nothing. Very good. City Treasurer? We're still financially sound. Very good. Okay. Is BJ here?
I am here.
Oh, there you are.
Wow. Well, I got everything ready for our committee after, so.
Okay, so noted. Public comment?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the previous meeting, I've not received any information in regards to business at the convention center. Salt and Sucker, whether they had a proper business license, or liquor license, whether they had a federal tax stamp to purchase liquor. I want to know what they paid for landfill, if they have a home occupation. I'm not sure where they're really located, but this has been months, if not years. We need to resolve that. Ed Spear and Ernie Flangus should know about that. They have those people at the convention center on numerous functions. Mr. Chairman, I want to remind you that the NRS forbids public employees and officials from having preference in buying or selling public property. We've yet to resolve the 490 linear feet of 16-inch steel pipe that came off the Murray Street project. I'm not going to let this go until I know where that pipe is. And if it was given to a city employee improperly, I want them brought to justice. That money needs to come back to the city. It wasn't put out to auction, and it was not adhered to per the contract. You should know that. I believe you signed it, as well as this board. You have an obligation to the city, no one else. Mr. Chairman, I remind you again that at numerous meetings, utility and city council meetings, I've asked, and I'm asking again, if you brought back the utility billing to the city hall. I don't believe you have. You have yet to correct billing errors for me and my family. You are misbilling me, and you have yet to give me credit for those years that you've overcharged me. I'm again requesting itemized list of those billings for properties that you've overcharged me and corrected, if any. I've not received that list. The city needs to hire someone again with a bachelor's degree in accounting. Case in point is when I bought the old school, I paid all the back billing for utilities. When Mr. Young Tom Beth bought the plaza, you guys wrote it off. I asked for equal consideration. It's been years. I want the discrimination stopped, and I want my money back. Do you have trouble hearing me, sir? That goes for the rest of the board. You're going to treat me the same as everyone else. Mr. Chairman, you've yet to address my request for public for information regarding the backflow device at 7th and Clark and the RV park next to Copper Queen. Again, we either have rules and regulations or we don't. This is going on for years. I want to remind you, Mr. Chairman, Keith Carson has failed to complete the valley gutter at Ruby and Orson, and also has failed to finish the curb and gutter along Ruby Street along his property. That is causing some erosion along the, which may also affect Ruby Street in the long run. Mr. Chairman, he had an RV in his mobile home park. I don't know if he was given a special permit, and if that individual that was there happened to be a construction worker as required by city policy. It's been months, sir. I'd like an answer. You're discriminating. That needs to stop.
Any other public comment? No other public comment? Next meeting,
The next meeting will be December 10th.
December 10th. Hopefully everybody can attend. With that, we stand adjourned.
Tuesday at 10:45. The only ones which I tried to pull up on
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachas reporting.